Well, here we are with the first part of my randomized Iron Man. This is being recorded in post after I've already played through up until the end of Chapter 3. And I'm doing this because of, well, the live stream I did last week, which I did not finish Chapter 3 successfully without save states. So here we are. I'm just going to speed through these first couple chapters in a short video. It should be maybe 15 minutes. And I apologize for the audio. It's gonna be inconsistently muted, I should say. That's because whenever I sped things up in the game, I was also muting the audio. You'll see a little message at the bottom left when I did so. Okay, let's talk about the Fire Emblem. So, as you can see, Lute is my main character, and she has a really good level up here. This is because her growths are amazing. I'm going to be using Lute a lot. She has really high base stats. I didn't read those just now, but she's going to be capping speed within 2 or 3 levels. As well as strength, actually. And, yeah. Okay, so right here, we have, enemies with, well... We'll have an enemy with an halberd later. That's the one at the top left. And Lute is also going to deal with that one. But, yeah, we're just going to... Right, okay, right here, we're going to be capturing this guy. This is Thracia-style capturing, which is in this game because this is a ROM hack which adds a bunch of things, including skills, a strength, magic split, and all that. So it works pretty much like Thracia. You need to have a high enough aid stat to actually capture, and you have reduced stats when you're carrying someone, but as you will see, Garcia over there does not get reduced stats because of his skill, which is Savior. So I'll be making use of that a little bit in this chapter, but I won't be using it again until Chapter 3. So right here, I just had Lute cover for Garcia so that he wouldn't take the effective damage from that halberd. And we also gave the magic item to Marcia. Or Marisa, I mean. And she will be our healer for the time being. So, as you'll see soon, I mess up the positioning on... Actually, that's next turn. But I'll be messing up the positioning on Lute's movement, and so they'll attack Garcia, and things are going to be a little bit slow. But there's nothing else of interest in this chapter. There's no risk left. I'm going to be talking about strategy here a little bit. So I'll be using primarily Lute. I'll be giving level ups to her so that she can get better stats. And also in the next chapter, I'll be getting Moulder, or well, it just so happened to be Moulder because recruitment order is randomized in this. But yes, I do end up with Moulder, who is a mouth dude, the werewolf type enemies, or monsters I should say, because he's an ally, and he's got fantastic growth as well, and some pretty high base speed and strength. So, right, what I neglected to mention so far is classes have been randomized for all characters except some of them end up getting randomized and then reset back to normal. What this means is that characters like Lute, who, specifically Lute, was randomized as being an archer, she gets to keep her bow rank while being brought back to a lord class. So she gets swords and bows. So that's pretty nice, and actually makes Chapter 3 possible. So it worked out very nicely, because the beacon bow is going to be one of our most important bows, or even most important weapons, probably more important than the silver lance at this point. And as you'll see momentarily, we're going to be getting a second beacon bow as a reward for one of the villages in this chapter. So here we have Colm and Ephraim. Ephraim the zombie, and Colm the Lord Ephraim. They're both going to be dying, unfortunately. It's possible to save them, but if one of them dies, then the other one does not join. So you'll see one of them dies turn 1, and there's no point saving the other. So you'll see I just did a rescue drop over there. That's just in the event that they didn't die, then it would have been so that I could drop Garcia so that he would be in range to kill one of them in the following turn. But yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen, and I didn't even bother rescue dropping because it was already dead. Or rescue dropping onto the bush, which is which was the point to the positioning. So now we're just going to pretty much let Ephraim try to kill everything. I think he dies eventually. And we have the Wyvern, who will be our first victim of this chapter for of our new beacon bow, which I think, yeah, I did use it a number of times in the previous chapter. That's besides the point. So we're going to, I guess I'll talk a little bit more about chapter 3, but I don't want to spoil the surprise that the wonderful surprise that is chapter 3. It's gonna be pretty good. I haven't like, I've already recorded it, but you'll see that a lot of work goes into it, and I haven't really thought of what I'm gonna say about it. However, some things to note is a lot of these characters are going to die. Chapter 3 is insanely difficult, and the stuff on the sidebar on the right, hopefully it's not too distracting, it is generally going to be, well, it's foreshadowing what's going on there. How am I doing for time? Okay, we've still got a minute left. Well, thereabouts. So, yes, I don't think I've really shown people's stats off much, but we'll note that Franz, the pirate, gets doubled by everything. And Duessel, as this is skill emblem, I think I mentioned that, Duessel has a rally defense, which is really nice, and I think I used that this turn, yes, okay. I got distracted, but I used that this turn so that our boy Garcia does not die to this guy. That +4 defense just barely saved him, and, or well, just exactly saved him, rather. And he gets the crit, and those stats are pretty good. Not quite as good as loot, but still very good stats. So that is that's pretty much about it for this video. I think I might edit some more commentary in post as like an end card of some sort. There you can see him getting doubled. Yeah. Pretty much useless unit, but he has the ability Spur Speed, which gives +4 speed to all adjacent allies, which is going to come in really handy for Chapter 3. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say here. But we'll see. We'll see, because I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, that's the end. So this has been Chapters Prologue to 2. Thank you for watching.